Hi, I'm Karissa Zimmer, and I'm with Zold Real Estate. And today I'm sitting here with Kelly and Katya from A Home Revival Staging Company, and we are going to talk about some mistakes you didn't even know you were making. We'll probably focus on staging to sell a home, but some things that you may be making a mistake on, and you are just trying to decorate and live in your home. So it kind of goes both ways, doesn't it?
Yep.
So do you want to go over your favorites, maybe, of mistakes that you see when you're going into a staging consultation, or maybe just for pleasure? You're walking in your friend's home and you notice some design mistakes. What are those?
Just to start, I think there are a few that I think most people know, declutter, depersonalize. I think most realtors will say that to their clients. Then there's a few that are more like maybe Katya and I would only be the ones to notice when we walk in. So something we see a lot is people hang their artwork way too high. Mm-hmm. So you actually want your artwork to be 62 inches, the middle of your artwork 62 inches off the floor. That's like a general rule of thumb, and most people are hanging it way higher than that.
So that's how many feet? Easy math. Between 5 and 6 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. You're hanging. Yay! I'm not making that mistake.
Yeah, you're hanging it for someone who's 5'2".
Okay.
5'4".
And that's just going to elevate the look of your space. It's going to look much more purposeful and cohesive with whatever else you have in your room. Absolutely. Versus, far away from your furniture.
Yep. Love it. What's your favorite mistake that you see?
I walk in and I go to the area rugs, and I just can't stand when an area rug is too small or too big. It's usually too small. Typically in a room, in a normal living room, you would need an 8x10. The trick is you don't need to have all of your furniture on the rug. It can just be, the front couple legs of chairs and couches. And so, but you do want furniture touching the rug. So you don't want a small 5x7 and then furniture around it. So making sure you have the correct size is really important.
Yeah. Awesome. Some things I see here on your list are things that we talk about a lot, such as not skipping the professional house cleaning. We always recommend a good deep clean before you photograph your home and, most importantly, show your home. And then allowing pets to remain in the home for showings. I think that's a big one. Or their things, such as dog beds, pet crates, dog bowls. Those are really easy things to either set in the garage or just put away. Mm-hmm. And then one thing I saw on here is bold, dark paint colors. And what are your favorite types of color schemes to recommend to clients? Does it depend on the home? What are your favorite brands? And what are the trends you are seeing right now? Are you the paint girl?
Well, we carry a paint deck to every consult. Yes. Because you never know what you're going to walk into, and we can give paint recommendations on the spot. Sure. For selling, and this is where staging, selling your house, marketing your house for selling is so different from designing. Mm-hmm. You're not going for your personal taste and what your favorite color is or what you want to feel in the house. You just want it to look as light and bright as possible and as welcoming to whoever might come into your house. Mm-hmm. And so we stick with very light, neutral colors. And we do the Sherwin-Williams brand, but we can recommend a Sherwin-Williams color, and you can take it to another paint shop and they can match it as close as possible. So we just pick one so that we know it really well, and we can recommend paint colors. We're sticking in the light beige gray family most of the time, sometimes more in the white family, and we take everything into consideration, like what color is your woodwork, how many windows do you have, what things are we trying to highlight or hide or not call attention to. So all of that.
What about finish? Is there a specific finish that you recommend to clients, like flat, different sheens? Some obviously hide more flaws than others. Mm-hmm. What do you recommend for selling your home?
I say typically we use a flat or matte paint, except for in the kitchen.
And I think also we just also think through the state of the wall. Like sometimes you're trying to hide some things, or it's in a really high traffic area and you need it to be able to be wipeable. But I would say even more importantly is the color.
Sure.
Just because in the pictures on the MLS, I mean, bold colors are going to cause emotion or cause feelings for the buyers, either good or bad, and they're going to be interested or not interested to come to your house.
Yep. That's a good point. One question I have, which we get this a lot, whether they're going to sell their home, they're prepping their house to sell, or maybe they just have moved in and they're decorating it. Curtains. How should a curtain rod be hung on a window?
I'm going to let you answer this one.
So funny that you should ask. For staging, 95% of the time, I say no curtains.
I'm glad you said that.
Because curtains are very taste specific. Everybody has different feelings about the style of their curtain. And so you want your house to be as neutral as possible for your buyer pool. So we do not stage with curtains. We are often taking them down if people leave them. If we haven't done a consult before and recommended they take them down, we go in and take them down. These are the fabric hanging curtains. If they're easy to take down, oftentimes they are. And you want maximum light coming into your house, all of that. So we don't stage with curtains. Decorating is a total different animal. So we do curtains, we recommend curtains, and it just depends on what the homeowner wants. How high you asked. That depends too. I mean, do you want to show how high your ceilings are? Then you would hang them higher and like make, even if your window's not very big, you can mimic the look of super tall, high windows. So that depends.
Yeah.
No easy answer on that one.
Well, and I think all of this, what's important is that people surprisingly can't imagine what a home could look like for them. And so if you're leaving curtains or you have bold colors, most people can't look past that. They can't imagine a white wall where there's a blue wall. They can't imagine what a window would look like without curtains. And so when Kelly's saying to neutralize your home, what you're doing is setting up your home for anyone and everyone who wants to come and see it, and having it be a blank canvas so they can more easily project their dream home onto what's there. And that's just really hard to do if you have a lot of items or bright colors or patterns and things for people to see past.
Right. And one thing as real estate agents that we often see is a lot of family photos or wedding photos in the master bedroom and things like that. And we would always recommend to clients to neutralize and to put a stock image in there or just take it out completely. But it goes back to your comment of we as buyer agents too, we coach our buyers, but there's only so much we can coach them. And we want to make sure that they can envision themselves in the home. And when they're distracted by other people's personal items, personal photos, bold colors, bold statements, it's really difficult for them. We recently had a client, which is super funny. They were going to not offer on a home because they couldn't picture what their sectional would look like in the living room. And our talented buyer agent, who also loves interiors, was able to coach them and walk them through what that may look like. And I think the reason why they were distracted was because the home that they were looking at had a lot of heavy, oversized furniture that didn't fit the room appropriately. So they were distracted by it and couldn't picture what their personal furniture would look like. And had she not walked them through that, they may not have offered on that home. And that home may not be in contract today. So super, super, super important. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's see, anything else here that we want to touch on? Plants, especially, as spring approaches and
Yes.
We always say outside it's nice to have colors and plants, especially in the spring. You just want to make sure they're happy and healthy plants. So if you have any sad plants, it might be better for them to go to a babysitter for the duration of your showing. But it's always nice to have bright flowers on the kitchen island, maybe for the first day of live showings or for pictures. We use fake plants all the time for staging and honestly for home decor. I don't have a green thumb, so now I use a lot of faux plants as well. I think the other thing I would pick out on this list is the idea of kind of decluttering, pre-packing, and what to do with your stuff. And the whole point of home staging is to help sellers and realtors to show off space. What you're selling is square footage. So design and colors, all of these things are important, but at the end of the day, you're making money with your square footage. And so just being really careful about what you keep in the house and have to store during showings, what you're choosing to put in a storage closet, or maybe you can move into your other property earlier. And that's something that we have expertise in, is figuring out what size furniture should you have in your space, what do you need to get rid of, and also, you know, what closets can afford to have some items in and what closets should be empty, these types of things. So, you know, as much as we like to make things pretty, at the end of the day, we're always trying to increase,
Maximize the space.
in just how people are perceiving the square footage.
I'm glad you mentioned that. And that's why we here at Zold hire professionals to come and stage our listing, because although I love interiors, and those of you who know me personally know I obsess over them, and I love looking at homes, I love decorating homes, but I am not an expert in staging homes to sell. I know high level what to recommend to our clients, but these ladies will come into your home, into our client's home, and pick out the little things that we may miss. And that's going to benefit you as a home seller, because you're going to capitalize on your offers, how many you get, and driving up that price. And that's most important. So it's really, really, really important to make sure that you have a team working on your behalf if you're thinking about selling, and that goes for everything. You know, the realtor you choose, making sure they have a team, they have a support staff that's marketing your home appropriately, and staging is a really big part of that. So we're focused on getting the home Zold, and these ladies are making sure that it looks pretty in photos, and also when the buyers are walking through your home, they can picture themselves and their family. So thank you for sitting in with me today and talking about some common mistakes. And if you choose to work with Zold moving forward, you will meet one of them or maybe both of them, depending on the project. But thank you.
Thanks, Karissa.
Bye, guys. Now I got to stop it myself.